Shall we start? Yalla Bandra, can we start? Priya Ranjan there, can we? Yeah, we'll start. So in the previous class, we had seen the core of the embedded system part of it. So in that we had seen what are the core of the embedded systems, that is the processors, controllers, ASICs and PLDs and COTS it is. Okay. So we have seen what are the various kinds of processors which can be used, microprocessors, microcontrollers, DSP processors and what are ASICs. Okay. Application specific integrated circuits. The second part core of the embedded systems are the PLDs, and the third one would be the COTS. Okay, after ASICs it is PLDs and COTS which we have to go deal with. So today we will see what are these programming logic devices and what are COTS. Okay, so what are programming logic devices? What is basically a logic device which is used to perform a logical operation? Is it that is the logical devices? So programmable logical devices means you can reprogram it. You can reprogram it. It is an integrated circuit which consists of logical gates interconnected together to perform some operation. That is programmable logic devices. And there are fixed logic devices which you cannot change the function after it is being manufactured. So fixed logical ICs, you have the multiplexer decoders. It is used to perform only that operation. We cannot reprogram it. Okay, so there are fixed logical devices which are used to perform some specified logical function, and there are programmable logic devices where you can reprogram it or program it to perform a desired logical function. So these are the integrated. They are all integrated circuits with internal logical gates connected together to perform or to get to perform some logical operation. Okay, so programmable means you can change either a hardware or software configuration can be changed internally. Okay, internal logic circuits though, hardware configuration or software configuration can be changed and their connections also. Okay, so this configuration can be done by whom? It is done by the user. Okay, that is done by the user. So you have various PLDs other than CPLD and FPGA. Before this you have even PROM, EPROM, all those PAL, PLA, CPLD, FPGA, GAL. So you have various programmable logic devices. Okay, you have it as PROM, you have all this comes there only, or this comes into that. PROM, EPROM, all this memory units, everything is under that. PAL, programmable and array logic, PLA, programmable logical array, GAL, all this comes under this thing. For programmable logic devices, then comes CPLD, then comes a complex programmable logic device. After this you have FPGA, which are much faster, more efficient when compared to CPLD. So PLDs can be programmed in two ways. Okay, they can be programmed in two ways. Either it is mask programming. Okay, these are the examples of some PLDs. So the PLDs can be programmed in two ways. One is mask programming and one is field programming. Mask programming is where you have already done the internal connections. Everything will be hardwired during manufacture process. It cannot be reprogrammed. Okay. So one example is mask-ROM, MROM. Maskable programmable read-only memory, that is maskable read-only memory, that is the example of mask programming. It is fixed. Okay, you cannot change that. One is the field programmable, field programming. So field programming it is done by the user. So in that again you have two types. One is permanent and one is non-permanent. Permanent is all those things. ROMs, different types of ROMs comes under permanent, and SRAM comes under non-permanent. Non-permanent because it is volatile. Once the power goes off, the data is lost. Clear? PLDs are the integrated circuit. PLDs are the integrated circuits with internal logic gates and interconnections required to perform some logical operations. Okay, so there can be fixed logical devices or programmable logical devices. In fixed logical devices, the program cannot be changed. Okay, in fixed logical devices, the program cannot be changed, whereas in programmable logical devices, we can reprogram accordingly. We can change the program, hardware or software of those interconnections, and interconnections, logical circuits can be changed according to the function which we want. Okay, so in the examples of PLDs are what these are: PROM, EPROM, EPROM, PAL, programmable and array logic, programmable logical array, gate logical array, gate array logic, complex programmable logic devices, field programmable gate arrays. All these are examples of PLDs. Okay, in that mainly we are using CPLDs and FPGA we are concentrating on. So how do you program this PLDs? There are two ways of programming. One is mask programming and the other is field programming. Mask programming is fixed. Mask programming is fixed. You are masking it. Mask in the sense you cannot change it afterwards. So during the manufacturing process, we are masking the logical operation, hardware. It is all internal connections will be hardware during the manufacturing process. Afterwards, user cannot reprogram it. Okay, but it is cheap. Bulkly it is manufactured, it is cheap. What is the other way of programming PLD is field programming. In field programming, we have two types. One is permanent. One is permanent type, the other one is non-permanent. Permanent type are non-volatile. That is, it remains same. Data will not be lost even after the power is turned off. Whereas in RAM, it is volatile. As soon as the power goes off, the data is lost. So permanent and yav riti use ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ it is fuse. Okay, close iದ್ರೆ fuse is on, otherwise fuse is blown to delete the thing. Okay, so that one. So in PLDs, the main types are PAL, PLA, GAL, CPLD and FPGA. So what is PAL? PAL is programmable and array logic. Okay, the function is when you have a logical function to be implemented. Say you have SOP form or POS form, correct? A, B, C, say you have this is a logical function A, B, C plus B, C into A plus A bar or something like that. I'm not able to write it as complement. Yeah, A complement something. There is some logical function which you have to implement. Okay, this is, I'll just convert it to a standard POS form. Yeah, I'll convert it into a standard POS form, and plus then C, A, B complement. Okay, some function is there. What is this? This is sum of products. Okay, you will have a product of some form or a sum of products. It is a product, sum of products, standard canonical SOP form or POS form. So how do you realize this circuit? You will use AND and OR gates. Is it three input AND gate and and 3 input OR gate here. So this is some logical, it is performing some logical operations. Say suppose you can have a function for a multiplexer, or you can have it for a decoder. Everything comprises of AND and OR array. So what is PLA I was dealing with PAL. Okay, programmable AND array logic, in which you can vary this AND program. AND gates can be programmed, OR gates are fixed. Okay, AND gates can be programmed, whereas OR gates will be fixed. That is programmable and array logic. Okay, then what is programmable logical array? Both AND gates and OR gates can be programmed. Both AND gates and OR gates can be programmed. It is programmable logic array. Okay, and in few cases there will be programmable OR array logic. OR gates can be programmed, AND gates will be fixed. So which you have already studied, I guess. Then there comes gate array logic. So all these are used to implement some logical functions, sequential functions, combinational logical circuits, all these things. Then comes what is CPLD, what is CPLD and FPGA. So CPLD, it is a combination of CPLD, CPLD stands for complex programmable logical devices, and FPGA stands for field programmable gate arrays. So these are the two major types of PLDs which we are using. Okay, two main types are CPLDs and FPGAs, where CPLD stands for complex programmable logical devices and FPGA stands for field programmable gate arrays. Okay, so what is CPLDs? CPLDs, complex programmable logical devices. It is just a combination of multiple programmable logic arrays, gate array logics on a single chip. It will have many, okay. So mainly what it consists of, macro cells, configurable flip-flops, and clock enabled select and feedback select. One second, I'll just write it off. Okay, CPLDs is a combination of multiple such kind of PALs, PLAs, and GALs, all those things. So what does it consist of? It consists of a macro cell. Okay, it consists of a macro cell. You have configurable flip-flops, configurable S flip-flop, D flip-flops, all those things, configurable flip-flops. Remember, D flip-flops is used to store our data because it is transparent latch. It can be D flip-flop, it can be T flip-flop, it can contain JK flip-flop, it can contain SR flip-flop. So it is got configurable flip-flops, and then you have output enable clock select signals. Okay, output enable clock signals and clock signals, and then you have feedback select. Okay, feedback select. So these are the main blocks which are there in CPLDs. Okay, so when I tell what is macro cell are the main building blocks. Okay, these macro cells are the main building blocks of CPLD, which perform sequential or combinational logical circuit functions. Okay, this is used to perform a combinational logical circuit to sequential logical circuit andre gottalva. Combinational logical circuits are those devices whose output depends only on the present input. Aake kodtira ade output ag barutte, like adders, subtractors and all. Sequential circuits is whose output depends both on the present as well as the previous output. So any kind of functions and like registers, shift registers, all that comes under sequential circuits. So any kind of sequential or combinational circuit functions will be there in this macro cell. So it consists of those blocks. So it consists of logical arrays and programmable registers in order to provide that particular function or perform that particular function. Okay, that is macro cell. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಬಲ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಅರೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. All those matrices will be there. Okay, so this is CPLD. So CPLD, you can just predict that time delays. It is easy, and these devices is erasable. You can just have EEPROM configurations. So that is what is Yeah, CPLDs. When comes to FPGAs, okay, when you have to embed more number, I say both are integrated circuits. So when you have more complex logical implementations to be done, then we go for field programmable gate arrays. So it is more flexible than field programmable gate arrays are more flexible than the CPLDs. Okay, so more complex logical operations can be done using this FPGA. Yeah, so FPGA is multi-level programming device. It is a general purpose. Okay, FPGAs are more flexible, than CPLDs. Okay, and you can perform more complex operations, than CPLDs. Okay, CPLDs. So it is a general purpose. It is a general purpose multi-level, you can call it as general purpose multi-level programming device. Okay, programming. I'm not writing it. I'm writing it short. Programming device. Okay, so it is a general purpose multi-level programmable logic device. So what does it consist of? Again, it consists of the same thing, the logical blocks which are used to perform sequential or combinational circuit operations, and you have some interconnections between, that is input and output of logic blocks. You have those interconnections between them, and you can have the external connections also. Okay, but here whenever you require millions of transistors, okay, millions of logical gates are used in order to implement some logical function, then FPGAs are used. Okay, FPGAs can be used for implementation of digital circuits that use millions of logic gates. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ, here FPGA it is more, millions of logic gates ಇದ್ದಾಗ, when your digital circuit comprises of many gates, million number of gates, then we go for this FPGAs. Okay, it is more flexible when compared to the CPLDs. Clear? Both are the CPLDs and FPGAs, both are the main types of programmable logical devices. So as I said, it offers logic density. Number of gates used in FPGA is more when compared to this CPLD. Okay, and it is hardware. You have many logical functions being implemented. CPLD will vary around thousands of gates. Here it is millions of gates. Okay, so it is used in various applications like telecommunications, DSP, data processing, all such kind of things. Clear? So that is about CPLDs and under PLDs you have so many CPLDs, and main thing is CPLDs and FPGAs. Other than that, you have all the kinds of logical arrays. Yeah, then comes commercial off the shelf component. This is the last topic of core of embedded system. Okay, as we have seen, I'll just go up. Yeah. Yes, as you can see, we have dealt with all this. So ASICs is done, PLDs are done, and the last one is commercial off-the-shelf components. So what is this commercial off-the-shelf components? It is ready-made products which are available for the user. So commercial off-the-shelf components can be defined as, it is a software and hardware products that are ready-made, which is ready-made and made available for user or public, you call. Okay, like it is generally termed as is. ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. We are not going to change that. It is ready made. You will not do anything for it. Okay, it is ready made. So examples ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ? So it can be Microsoft Office the package ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that is just an example, one example. So you have word processing things, office products, then you have email programs, everything it is ready made. You will just use it. You are not going to change anything in that. Okay, so commercial off the shelf components, it is a hardware software products which are ready made, which are made available for the user. That is how you tell what are COTS. Okay, it is just as is ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸೋದು. So most of the software packages which we get, no, all are ready made, and hardware like remote control toyker, it is ready to use products. Okay, so it is not only COTS you have. Okay, it is not only the COTS you have in the text, it is not there, I guess. Yeah, it is COTS which we have. Commercially commercially off the shelf components, then we have MOTS, then we have GOTS. Okay, then we have NOTS. Okay, there are different types: COTS, MOTS, and GOTS and NOTS. COTS is what? Commercially off the shelf components. Then what is MOTS here? MOTS here, modifiable off the shelf components. So the COTS products which are modifiable, you can modify the source code based on your necessity or requirements, then you go for MOTS. ಇದನ್ನ modify ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. COT products ಯಾವ್ದು ನೀವು modify ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, like a source code embedded inside it can be modified, changed by the user for his requirements, then it becomes MOTS, modifiable off the shelf components, like for military purpose, any kind of applications where the user need to just modify it, then you can go for modify off the shelf components. Then what is GOTS? GOTS is government off the shelf components. Specifically, these people, government people, they give the for a private organization to develop some software for them, especially used only for government applications. Okay, they only those people will use that. So that is government purpose goskara use mado ready made products. It is government off the shelf components. Okay, then there is NOTS. NOTS is not NATO. NATO, you know, is it? That is few countries, 30 of the countries, North Atlantic Treaty Organization is NATO, where those people have some components designed, products designed for nuclear things, testing, so all those things, whatever they want, military applications, all those things, that comes under NOT. It is sometimes called as Nike off the shelf, depending on the context of the product. Otherwise, it is NATO off the shelf. Okay, so this is your COTS. As I said, they are readily available, cheap, and you can just extend it. Okay, so that is PLDs and COTS. Now comes the main part of the system, that was the processors and all those. Memory comes under PLDs, remember. So memory is a very important part of an embedded system, because we are going to store, we have to store the program code, and we also have to store the data related to it. Okay, so main thing which is not erasable is what? ROM, and volatile is what? Is RAM. So program ಜಾಸ್ತಿ store ಮಾಡೋದು, that is ROM only. Then you have a data memory. Both are the main types of memory which we use. So we will study here what are the different types of ROM available, and what are the different types of RAM available, and where do we use that ROM and RAM. Okay, so different types of ROM, as we see here, we have ROM only, NVRAM. This is also a type of ROM. Okay, do not get confused with the RAM. Okay, so ROM only, code memory, because we store program code in the ROM. So ROM only we have various types. First one is masked ROM. After masked ROM, the disadvantage of this one is overcome by PROM, and then it is EEPROM, then comes flash ROM. Correct? First one is masked ROM, and then second one is PROM. The advanced version of this would be EEPROM. The advanced version of this is EEPROM. Then is a flash memory, and there is NVRAM also, which comes under ROM. Okay, so one by one we will see. So what is masked ROM? Even this is a one-time programmable. There is a difference between MROM and OPROM. Okay, difference between MROM and PROM. One thing I can just tell you, masked ROM alone, the programming is done during the manufacturing itself. Programming in MROMs are done during the manufacturing itself. It is hardwired, it is masked. Okay, that is what it tells. It is programmed by masking and metallizing process according to the data provided by the user. It is a hardware technology. That is, whatever you want to store it, whatever you want to store, it is already, the data will be stored in the form of bits. Is it, you are going to use that data will be stored during the manufacturing process itself. User will provide the data to be stored, and that will be done during the manufacturing process itself. It will be must completely hardwired, so afterwards we cannot change it. Okay, so that is maskable, programmable, read on maskable, read on, not programmable. Do not use programmable here. Maskable, read only memory. Okay, that is MROM. Yeah. And what is PROM? MROM modle during the manufacture it is done. PROM is what? First we get the blank memory. Okay, first we get the blank memory, and then it is programmed to store the information. Sorry, it got cut. So programmable read-only memories are called as one-time programmable memories. So first we will get a blank memory, and then it is programmed to store the information. Okay, then it is programmed to store the information after manufacturing. That is during manufacturing. So examples of MROM can be network operating systems, server operating systems. Okay, this I have it in my notes, but it is not there in the notes which I'm going to give you now. So this is examples of this would be network operating system. Okay, server operating system, so and all those kinds. Then what else you can have? Yeah, you can just have this also. Storing of fonts. Okay, storing of fonts for laser printer. Ella yada fixed. Storing of, sorry, storing of fonts, what do you call it as? Yeah, storing of fonts for laser printer. Storing of fonts for laser printer and any other electronic devices which are already fixed. Okay, then you have, yeah, programmability. This we can write after manufacturing, I said. So how do you do that? It is process of programming this ROM is called as burning the PROM. Like how you used to see the burn ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ data nadral store ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, the same way. You have a blank CD, you're going to write the data into it. So what we used to call it as burning. Okay, so the programming process, the process of programming the ROM is called as burning the PROM. Okay, so once you store this data, afterwards you cannot modify it. When the blank CD there, if data baritira, it is not erasable CDs. Before you had one more result. So atara blank CD there, data baritira, afterwards you cannot change it. Okay. So blank memory we get, we program it in the sense we are going to store some data by the store some data. Afterwards we cannot change that data. So the process of programming this PROM is called as burning the program. So one time programmable, that is why it is called as one time programmable. So it has got nichrome and polysilicon wires which are arranged in the matrix. So these wires can functionally viewed as fuses. I said no earlier, fuses which are not blown, because you are going to write the data in binary form. So not blown represents logical 1. Fuses which are blown represents logical 0. Default state is logic 1. So I said no, burning the fuses. There are two forms. Okay, one is fusible and the other one is non-fusible, anti-fuse. Fuse anta vandu, anti-fuse anta. So it depends. Fuse is opposite anti-fuse. If fuses are not blown, remember fuses are not blown, it represents logical 1. If fuses are blown, that is burned, it represents logic 0. So anti-fuse configuration will be just opposite to it. Remember any one thing. Okay. not blown or not burned, it represents logical 1. If it is burned or blown, then it represents logical 0. Okay, so these where do we use this? It is used in cell phones, then some consoles of video games, RFID tags, then medical devices, etc. You go for this thing. Okay, 1 second, let me write out here. So examples of PROMs, cell phones. Okay, ella fixed one sati matra maditira. So it is RFID tags which we have now, and few medical devices, and then video games. All such kind of applications comes under one-time programmable ROM. Clear? I need not repeat it, is it? And then we have memory. Now comes PROM once we write, we cannot change it. Okay, now what is the next version of it? It is erasable programmable read only memory. That means once the data is written, you can erase it. Once the data is written, you can erase it. That is the enhanced version of PROMs. So it is what is there? It will be having a small window. Whichever you want to erase, there will be a quartz crystal window for erasing the stored information. So that small window, whichever data you want to erase, that portion of the data will be placed under ultraviolet rays for some duration. Okay, there will be duration fixed. Okay, so that time the data will be erased. Only that particular portion of the data which is seen in this window will be erased, not the other data. Okay, so here you have to, that is what I said, no, there will be some fixed number of minutes. So it is kept for 20 to 30 minutes. So that is how you can reprogram it. You can erase the data and write it back. Okay, so then you have some microcontrollers like Intel 8048, Freescale 68HC1 use EEPROM to store that program. Okay, 1 second. Erasable. So as I said, programmable PROMs cannot, the data written on PROMs cannot be erased. So we go for erasable PROMs where the data can be erased. So the data erased, you will have that crystal window, quartz crystal window. So that window will be placed, that is the data present near that window will be exposed to UV rays, okay, for some duration. So that data will be erased. So whichever the things will use this, it is Intel 8048 people, my microcontrollers. Then you have Freescale semiconductors, or do 68CH1 or something it is there, I'm sorry, HC1. Okay, capital H, capital C. So these people use EEPROM to store their program. Okay, earlier, it was earlier, don't forget that. It was earlier. Now, here it is only a small portion of data should be erased. Ivaga ondishte erase madidri andre this was seen under the window, now this you will erase. Then actually you want to erase the complete portion, but in that window you have only so much can be erased. Then what you will do, you will erase this. Again you will place the window here, then you will erase this. So it takes a lot of time to erase this entire data. Only so much you had to do. So what did they do? They have now electrically erasable programmable read only memory. So this gives the flexibility to reprogram the chip using the electrical signal. There it was UV rays, here electrical signals is used in order to erase the data. So here what does it do? EEPROM can erase or write only 1 byte of data at a time. Remember, it can erase or write only 1 byte of data at a time. Clear? So only 1 byte of data at a time. So example for this is storing the computer system BIOS. Okay, so that is one thing. Yeah. That is EEPROM. So it can be erased in few milliseconds. Ali ondashto tidbekittu 20 to 30 minutes as such. Here it can be erased in few milliseconds. Okay. flexibility is more when compared to that EEPROM. Now comes here, what did I tell? What was the disadvantage here? It was only 1 byte. You can write or you can erase only 1 byte at a time. So now comes flash memory. Okay, what is flash ROM? Flash ROM is enhanced version of EEPROM. It is enhanced version of EEPROM, and you can erase it. In flash ROM, no, you can, blocks of data can be deleted or blocks of data can be erased or written at a time. Okay, there it was only 1 byte. Here blocks of data, that is what is done. Blocks of data can be erased or written at a time. So what we do, this flash memory is organized as sectors or pages, that is blocks of data. Adana sectors antirella, page antira. So the complete sector or a page can be erased at a time. Okay, so usually it is 512 bytes. There it is 1 byte, it is here blocks may be usually around 512. So it is faster when compared to that EEPROM. It is faster when compared to that EEPROM. So how does it store? It stores the information in array of floating gate. MOSFET transistors are used. So one page erase ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ one particular block that can be erased. So it is faster when compared to that EEPROM. So where do you use this? This is used in modern PCs. Okay, this is flash memory chips we have, no flash BIOS. So modems, all that thing, all the modern PCs you will use flash memory. Okay, so now you have non-volatile RAM. You have different types of RAM. Okay, non-volatile RAM comes under that. So here it contains NVRAM is used for non-volatile storage and operations. So you have it contains a static RAM based memory and a battery supply. Okay, battery supply to the memory in the absence of external power supply. This is very important. This comes under ROM because this is the name itself tells it is non-volatile RAM. RAMs are volatile and this one is non-volatile RAM. When you tell it is non-volatile, that means even if the power goes off, the data should be available. Even if the power goes off, the data should be available. So how do you do it? You will provide a battery. Okay, there will be a battery providing the supply so that the data will not be erased. The data will not be erased. Okay.